like they asked us to dance with them today, and when we danced with them, that was the highlight of so far. The way we move our feet and the timings are almost exactly the same, you know, even though we don't have much drums back home, but traditionally I heard from the old people that we used to have drums too. So it sort of broadens my mind in that sense, and I wonder how we used to be back home, you know, a few hundred years ago.
It's been absolutely unreal how they've reacted to us, and I've never experienced that before. Because we're representing not only traditional performance and culture, we're bringing over a contemporary component. I thought that they may think, you know, this doesn't look like what we see on TV, but I was just overwhelmed by the response because everybody just wholeheartedly embraced us and what we did. People were amazed to see the similarities and just loved it and just loved to watch it, you know, and that was just a mad experience.
And I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life, and I'm enjoying it, yes. I think they're very curious, and for the fact is how similar our cultures are, from language to foot movement and through our dance and stuff. It's very, very similar, and I'm sure a long time ago, very long time ago, we must have walked the same track.
Our dancers, like the Aboriginal people, they storytellers. We tell stories through dance and song.
Because we had no written language, so everything was told through didgeridoo, through storytelling, through artwork, through nature, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard of it, but I can't go without like a period of time where I need sea. I just need it. It's just a sense of belonging, I think. I yearn for it. Like if I don't see ocean, I don't feel ocean, I don't smell the breeze. I think, man, it's like for everyone else, they're from different areas in Australia. Astro, for example, is from rainforest. I think he would go bunta if he didn't have that, you know, just a connection. We need it.
Bit more.
Oh, it's a beautiful colour.
Oh, look. He's looking at me too. My background is I'm a Bulwai person. I come from Cairns, just out of Cairns in the rainforest, a little place called Kuranda. Bulwanji person, third generation from traditional lifestyle, dance, and so I'm carrying it on. I've been around music and dance ever since I was small, around 3 or something. Always been around it. Always wanted to dance and travel with the music, also with culture. And that sort of led me up to here where I am now. The didge is a very spiritual thing. It's hard to play. Where I get my rhythm from, I don't know. I just sort of go in a trance and I just do what I do.
I mean, I describe our society, and I love Australia, by the way. I think it's a great country. But from a cultural point of view, it seems to me that we are economically well off, materially rich, but in some ways socially not so rich. I'm not going to say socially poor, but socially not really together the way that I see it here. Here I would describe it as economically poor, but culturally and socially rich. Kabisa, completely.
At times at home it can be tough to, you know, find your own cultural voice and
kind of sing it out because, you know, you mightn't have the support around you to, you know, for other people to join in. To me, freshwater is about, it's almost even a project, really, to start learning our languages again. We did a lot of research for this because we went to IATSIS and found if there's any Uluru songs that had been recorded by old people that we could sing, and we sing one of those, Don't Pitch Me Bungee. So that was in the archives in Canberra. Kalina got some music books and tapes from the Wiradjuri mob down there.
Okay.
We've also written, like Yandul, that song that we just sang before, that's Kalina's written that.
I just felt so extremely happy having a song in my own language. It was a shock at first, and I had to sit there and think, this is my own language. And then I thought, English isn't. No matter how it's something I grew up with, that's my other language. And I also thought how easy it has been to write a song in it and just how easy it has come. Although I just think it's in your blood.
I've really felt privileged working with the girls, Nadi, Kalina and Jorda, because there's a lot of strength in what they do. I've got a lot of respect for that, and I've just felt really great to be a part of that and of us putting our languages into it too. It's just made me feel great pride.
I want to write more songs, and I think that's what we all want to do is learn our languages. And it's just for ourselves. It's something that we can carry of our culture and our heritage as well. That was our best last bit ever.
We felt very comfortable, actually, in the villages, and I think that the community, the strength in community here is very reflective of the strength in the community back home, and I think that's why we relate so well.
We felt very accepted here. From day one, just people. I found everybody, just the people here, absolutely lovely.
Miserable is not the word. It's sad. We're not alive like we used to be when like the old folks used to be around. Yeah, a lot of young kids running around, but the kids over here, they're happy. They love life. I was born in Nowra, and I was reared up on Wreck Bay Aboriginal community, just a small community on South Coast, Jervis Bay. Our grandfather on my dad's side, he's George Brown as well, senior. He passed down the Dreamtime stories of the South Coast, like every mountain, every tribe, everything. I only know a few of them because I was very young when he passed away. My family's like my father and that, they just go about their daily life. They hardly do anything traditional anymore. That's why I decided to go to NAISDA Dance College, because I was like yearning for that connection to my people, and so I'm out doing whatever I can, learn whatever I can, and hopefully take back to my community. But like, it's a struggle. Like, we're still trying to find our language. Like, we just only got small words and slang, and yeah. Brother Glenn is like the brother. He's the older one who looks after us, protector of us.
I had a very traumatic childhood. Traumatic as in racism and being the eldest child. Me being the darker one out of 3 siblings. I grew up in the 70s where it was a pretty racist sort of time in the 70s. I've been in trouble with the law a lot. So going to school for me was very hard. To go to school every day, to battle through the racism and the taunts and called flat nose and boom and chocolate frog and all that sort of stuff. It made me very bitter as a kid. And I got a bit of a reputation going through primary school. Not because I wanted a reputation or I was a fighter, it's just that I had older blokes that always want to fight me after school because Aboriginal people, boys had a reputation as being good fighters. And I didn't think anything of my Aboriginality or whatever, I just wanted to be a kid and live life. Well, I used to have older boys waiting for me after school, blokes in 2nd form, 3rd form, 4th form. And I couldn't get home, I couldn't get home without having to fight them. So I grew up with like that, and nearly every day was like that for me growing up. Because of lack of schooling and not really learning at school, I failed in my apprenticeship. And that just led to more drama, more trauma for me and hard times. And then that, of course, that turned into drug abuse and alcohol abuse then. Trouble with the law. And it's been an ongoing slug ever since. I'd put myself in a rehabilitation program because I'd been in trouble. So I was bonded to the rehabilitation program for 12 months. And I actually enjoyed that. It opened my eyes up to, who I was all about and what I had to do to change my life.
Very good.
I still do suffer. I fall down, I stumble every now and then because of my past. It's something that's been ingrained in me and it's bad. And, trying to change the pattern of thinking and stuff like that is hard. But you really need to focus on who you are and what's important in life. I can just say to the young kids, if I can do it, yous can do it. I've been stabbed and I've been shot at and, I've fallen out of windows, I've been in car accidents and it's been a hard slog for me, but something inside me has kept me strong. And I think it's the belief in people that had belief in me and persistently saying, Glenn, you're a good bloke, you're a good person, you can get through it, you can do it.
We're just grabbing some branches. It's good to see eucalypts growing over here in Africa. So we're just going to get some eucalypts for our dancing tonight. It's just a traditional part of our dance, but also for medicines, for colds.
So then dance and music come along, and I'd always been interested in music. I'd always been rhythmic and stuff like that. So my brother really inspired me. My younger brother's my mentor, and I really look up to him. So we just started playing digits together, and we started making artefacts in the backyard, started making spears, and we actually tracked down a lot of our family up around Burke, Caduga, Angledool, Brewarrina, all from the northwest New South Wales. And that sort of gave me a sense of who I was and where I stand in this, where I fit into this world. We always had this sense of Aboriginality in us, we could feel it, we know the spirit, you can feel it, you know what it's all about. That there's not just suffering in my little world, but there's suffering all around, so it sort of kept me in touch with, humanity and and what I can do, and education is the field I like to work in. I do schools, I work in schools, preschool children and primary school and high school, and we just feel that we can help our children, our Aboriginal children and white children, all the same, to be able to deal with life a bit better. We want to bridge this gap between black and white society in Australia.
We found it hard when the original girl left. And so that 3 years, it was a sort of journey of coming out of our shell, and sort of like looking at it now, it was a test to see whether we believed in each other and ourselves to continue it, the two of us. So we kept looking for someone else to kind of save us, but by that time we took up the slack that we needed for it to be only two-piece. So we decided, I think last November, that we were sick of trying to get other people to fill a gap that probably wasn't there anymore. And it's been the best thing that we could have done.
Being a musician it's always evolving. It doesn't start off with the same idea you had, say, 6 years ago. It just keeps changing, and I love it, yeah.
I feel the older Kalina's got, the more she's come into her role in the band, and the more I've been listening to her, which is what I should have done in the beginning. The older I've got, the more sensible I've got for her input. It's actually also highlighted, the huge wealth divide to me, and that's hard for me to overcome. I mean, we're very fortunate.
I feel sorry for people in the cities and stuff, because to me, when I went out bush here in Africa, they seemed real friendly and real humble, not a worry in the world. But as for when we went to the city, that's when it probably really slapped me in the face, and just hard to think. I've started to feel down, and that just really how much poverty there is here, and there's a lot of problems.
I don't know how people, that may be more better off or at a different level can treat another person like they're not a human. Yeah, there was just a couple of experiences, and it made me feel, we all have our struggles, but you just don't understand what it's like sometimes for people. Yeah.
This is the thing that puzzles but annoys me about Africa, that there need be no poverty if the rich people would do something. A friend of mine, Ted Trainer, lecturer at our university, who sort of teaches about sustainability and simplifying lifestyles, has this saying: the rich must live more simply, so the poor may simply live. Now, if that happened, then poverty could go in a generation. But there's hope. I think there's great hope.
All the hard things and all the stuff that we're struggling for back home, it's not the basic kind of human rights or that kind of thing that other people need in Africa.
Just the things that I see in this it's going to change me as a person, because before I come over I was ignorant to a lot of things, and now I realise how lucky I am to do the things I'm doing, and just in life, because people have either real tough and they still manage to smile non-stop, and I think that's something I'll pick up and take on.